I want to show a range of what a male dancer can do. And not even that it's a male dancer, it's more like human. I really don't want people to go, oh, it's just men. They're just dancers out there. And then maybe go, oh, just dancers, but they're men.
Randy James is a 3-time winner of a New Jersey State Council on the Arts Choreography Fellowship. He had a successful dance company that performed his own work for 15 years. He's on the dance faculty at the Mason Gross School of the Arts at Rutgers University. And for the past few years, he's run his own all-male dance company.
I knew I wanted to have a repertory company. I knew I just didn't want it to be my work. So I knew I didn't want my name in the title, and I was on vacation with my nephew, Matthew, in Mexico, the 2 M's. And he was on the beach, and he said, what are you gonna call your new company? I said, I don't know, what should I call it, Matthew? And he's 19 years old, really hip and everything, and he said, 5 guys, 10 hairy legs. I said, perfect, I love it. Because it gives people an in, you know, Randy James Dance Works, it said it all. But now 10 hairy legs, people are like, oh, 10 hairy legs, what's that? You know, is that a spider? Is that, you know, it creates a conversation. It opens the door.
When I first saw Randy perform, I couldn't place it exactly. I mean, I think his work is pretty original. Randy's just a really interesting guy. He's a very curious person. You know, he has a lot of intellectual curiosity. And he looks at a lot of different things, and he tries a lot of different things.
Randy James is trying 2 new things with 10 Hairy Legs. It's an all-male company, and it's a repertory company, with many different choreographers coming in to work with the dancers. Today, it's choreographer David Parker.
I have my own company in New York that's called the Bang Group, and so named because we work a lot with rhythm. That was always a problem.
Parker is taking one of the Bang Group's dances and setting it on 10 Hairy Legs.
Still work with the when you shoot the gun, that there's a little. The piece I'm working on today is called The Friends of Dorothy. It's a male duet, and it's set to music from 1950s musicals. It's really a superimposition of this ancient form of romantic idealism on contemporary gay life, on contemporary male couples. The Friends of Dorothy was a code that used to be used in gay bars in the 1950s, 40s and 50s, where gay men would ask each other, is he a friend of Dorothy's? Meaning Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, and it meant, yes, he's one of us.
Well, the old model is that a dancer, say, would finish school and would go into a particular company, and he or she would become a master of one choreographer's work. Now things are starting to shift a little, and we're getting to a place where there maybe is more interest in mixed repertory. So that's interesting. I think Randy is kind of ahead of the curve there.
Household expenses, Vignoulle, Iris.
Literally in the past 3 years, we've learned 20 works. I've worked with 20 different choreographers, and in the 3 years before that, before I started doing 10 Hairy Legs, I worked with 2. So it's just being able to have that experience. My body is changing, I'm growing as an artist. I get to learn new movement styles every 3 weeks. It's very intense, but it gives that amazing satisfaction of, I feel like I'm constantly growing.
10 Hairy Legs gives these young male dancers chances they wouldn't get many other places.
Being a male dancer, you're usually standing behind lifting someone. Even in modern dance, sometimes, you don't really dance.
And I did dance for other companies where I was really primarily there because I was tall and I could lift the tallest girl. That gets kind of frustrating after a while, but thankfully Randy's input into the rep he chooses and also the contemporary rep that we're working with nowadays, there's an equal value in men moving and men dancing, which is really special and great.
Randy's aesthetic, not that he wants just men, he wants to see the male form able to do any role. So it's not that they see a bunch of men on stage, it's the fact that they see dancers.
It starts out very traditionally, and then it kind of deconstructs.
Pillar of Salt was the first piece Randy James choreographed for 10 Hairy Legs.
They start out, and then they have an experience, and then it ends. It's quite emotional for me. Even talking about it now, I get a little emotional because it is the piece that is almost dearest to my heart. The last image is of the man turning back like the pillar of salt, that you can never really turn back. You can never go back. You're always going forward. Even if you're going backwards, you're going forward.